Three men have been convicted over a campaign of murder and violence. Harvey, Darren Owen were found guilty of the killings of Gary Moore and Rafal Lyko, respectively. The pair and Thomas Guthrie, already serving a life sentence for his role as a getaway driver in the Moore murder, were also convicted of the attempted murder of Scott Bennett outside a vet in Rutherglen in December 2018. Judge Lord Clark warned the three men they all faced life in prison. Harvey, 35, was paid for shooting Mr Moore, 32, 9 times on the doorstep of his home in Airdrie, North Lanarkshire, on 6 September 2018. During a 12-week trial at the High Court in Glasgow, he was described as being an enforcer and a cold-blooded killer. The court heard Guthrie, 28, was subservient to Harvey prior to their conviction for the attack on Mr Bennett, 43, on the 3rd of December of the same year. Guthrie was also jailed for the attempted murder of lawyer Joe Shields, 63, outside his office near Glasgow Sheriff Court on the 19th of July 2018. Owen, 23, who took part in the Bennett murder attempt, was found to have killed Mr Lyko, 36, whose remains were discovered in a burnt-out Mercedes in Blantyre, Lanarkshire, on the 11th of February 2019. Co-accused Thomas Wilson, 26, was found not guilty of the murder. The trial heard that Mr Moore owed a drug debt of £100,000. He was repeatedly visited in the run-up to his murder by Neil Anderson, later given a life sentence for his involvement in the killing. Guthrie and Harvey went on a reconnaissance mission to the scene the night before Mr Moore was murdered. The Skoda car involved in the killing was seen near his home at about 10 p.m. on the 5th of September. It was found burnt out the following evening after Anderson lured Mr Moore from his home so Harvey could carry out the shooting before escaping with Guthrie behind the wheel. During the trial, prosecutor Lorraine Glancy said Harvey had used the proceeds from the killing to fund a holiday to Krakow with his girlfriend, Carly Montgomery, and splashed out on turkey teeth dental treatment. Guthrie was earlier involved in the attempted murder of solicitor Mr Shields yards from his city centre office after he defended the crime gang headed by David Sell, who was jailed for 16 years in 2018 for the abduction and torture of drug dealer Robert Allen. Mr Shields suffered multiple injuries and required 10 stitches for a cut to his head. Another getaway vehicle was found burnt out at the same location as the car used during the murder of Mr Moore. Drug dealer and dog breeder Mr Bennett was shot once in the head as he sat in his van outside a vet in Rutherglen. Miss Montgomery's brother, David Munro, had stated he was watching a Celtic match with Harvey at the time of the shooting. However, phone numbers relating to Harvey and Owen were tracked to sites in key areas, including the vets. Guthrie failed to attend work on the day of the shooting and his phone was turned off. Mr Bennett suffered injuries to the inside of his mouth but managed to flee the scene. He was jailed in 2022 after he pled guilty to being involved in serious organised crime and the supply of controlled drugs. Harvey spent the proceeds from that attack on a holiday to Australia with Miss Montgomery. Miss Glancy described it as a significant sum to be spent on a holiday for someone without legitimate income. The pair were found to have acted in concert with Owen during the attack. Polish national Mr Lyko was shot once and left in the stolen Mercedes GLE, which was then set alight in an incident believed to be related to a drugs and drug debt. Mr Lyko told his cousin that he was to return to Scotland to be set up with a job in Valencia to work off the debt. He was picked up by the GLE vehicle stolen from an address in Edinburgh in Cambuslang, Lanarkshire, at about 7:30 p.m. on the night of his murder. He was then driven to Blantyre, Lanarkshire, where he was killed. The car was parked at the location on East Kilbride, Lanarkshire, prior to the killing. Bone analysis showed that the vehicle was subject to checkups by Owen in the lead up to the shooting. Lord Clark told the men, by the verdict of the jury, "You have been convicted of very serious offences." Sentence was deferred pending background reports until next month at the High Court in Glasgow. All three men were remanded into custody. Please like this video, please comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my crime channel. Thank you.